Two mummies that have been on display in the Manchester Museum in England since 1908 as brothers have just been found to not have the relationship that everyone thought. While anthropologists had long doubted that these mummies even belonged to the same race, let alone the same family, a recent genetic test shows that both sides are half right, as they are half-brothers, not brothers. There are differences other than the genetics that cast doubt on them why being brothers, as the anatomies of their skulls are fairly different, and an examination of scraps of skin suggested different complexions. Nevertheless, they were displayed at the museum as brothers, and aside from rock-solid proof, it was going to remain that way. However, a new genetic test found the surprising truth, that they are related, but they are half-brothers, meaning they had the same mother but different fathers. Also, about 20 years celebrated the two siblings, named Naktank and Kanumnakt. The statement from the University of Manchester follows below. Using next-generation DNA sequencing, scientists have found that the famous two brothers mummies of the Manchester Museum have different fathers, so are, in fact, half-brothers. The two brothers are the museum's oldest mummies and amongst the best-known human remains in its Egyptology collection. They are the mummies of two elite men, Kanumnakt and Naktank, dating to around 1800 BC. However, ever since their discovery in 1907 there has been some debate amongst Egyptologists whether the two were actually related at all. So, in 2015, ancient DNA was extracted from their teeth to solve the mystery. But how did the mystery start? The pair's joint burial site, later dubbed the Tomb of the Two Brothers, was discovered at Deir River, a village 250 miles south of Cairo. They were found by Egyptian workmen directed by early 20th century Egyptologists, Flinders Petrie and Ernest Mackay. Hieroglyphic inscriptions on the coffins indicated that both men were the sons of an unnamed local governor and had mothers with the same name, Kanama. It was then the men became known as the Two Brothers. When the complete contents of the tomb were shipped to Manchester in 1908 and the mummies of both men were unwrapped by the UK's first professional female Egyptologist, Dr. Margaret Murray. Her team concluded that the skeletal morphologies were quite different, suggesting an absence of family relationship. Based on contemporary inscriptional evidence, it was proposed that one of the brothers was adopted. Therefore, in 2015, the DNA was extracted from the teeth and, following hybridization, capture of the mitochondrial and Y chromosome fractions, sequenced by a next-generation method. Analysis showed that both Naktank and Kanumnakt belonged to mitochondrial haplotype M1A1, suggesting a maternal relationship. The Y chromosome sequences were less complete but showed variations between the two mummies, indicating that Naktank and Kanumnakt had different fathers, and were thus very likely to have been half-brothers. Dr. Konstantin Adrosu, of the School of Earth and Environmental Sciences at the University of Manchester, who conducted the DNA sequencing, said, "It was a long and exhausting journey to the results, but we are finally here. I am very grateful we were able to add a small but very important piece to the big history puzzle, and I am sure the brothers would be very proud of us. These moments are what make us believe in ancient DNA." The study, which is being published in the Journal of Archaeological Science, is the first to successfully use the typing of both mitochondrial and Y chromosomal DNA in Egyptian mummies. Dr. Campbell Price, curator of Egypt and Sudan at Manchester Museum, said, "The University of Manchester, and Manchester Museum in particular, has a long history of research on ancient Egyptian human remains. Our reconstructions will always be speculative to some extent, but to be able to link these two men in this way is an exciting first." The University of Manchester, a member of the prestigious Russell Group, is the UK's largest single-site university with more than 40,000 students, including more than 10,000 from overseas. It is consistently ranked among the world's elite for graduate employability. The university is also one of the country's major research institutions, rated 5th in the UK in terms of research power, Ref 2014. World-class research is carried out across a diverse range of fields including cancer, advanced materials, addressing global inequalities, energy and industrial biotechnology. No fewer than 25 Nobel laureates have either worked or studied here. It is the only UK university to have social responsibility among its core strategic objectives, with staff and students alike dedicated to making a positive difference in communities around the world. Manchester is ranked 38th in the world in the academic ranking of World Universities 2017 and 6th in the UK.